Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to This Week in Dioramas. I am your host, TechChucker. If you aren't familiar with how this show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the coolest looking dioramas, and I showcase them right here on the show. If you'd like to be showcased in a future episode, all you gotta do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag This Week in Dioramas. We've got an awesome showcase lined up for you. I just got back from 2 weeks vacation. This is the first time our family has gone 14 days on a vacation, and I have to say it was pretty awesome. I did not want to come home. Usually by the end of a vacation, I'm ready to come home. Now, I was ready to be home, but I was not ready to be home, if that makes sense. We went to Colorado. And my wife and I have been to Colorado before together. We've been to Estes Park. It's beautiful there. If you've never been to Colorado, if you've never been to the Rocky Mountains, I highly recommend that you go visit there. It is just absolutely beautiful. We started off in Denver, then we went to Glenwood Springs, then we went to Grand Junction. And then where did we go? We went to one day in Durango, and then we ended in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And it's just amazing. And you know that I love photography, so I took like 1,600 pictures, not just with the family. Most of them aren't with the family. And you'd think I wouldn't need to take so many pictures of mountains that don't move, but I had to. So I'm not going to post them on any of my action figure stuff because I keep that separate, but I do have an Instagram specifically for my photography stuff. So if you're interested, you can go to TechChucker_pics, follow that, and that's where all of my regular photography stuff is going to go. But you're not here for nature photography, even though I might post a couple of pictures up. You are here for dioramas, and that is why I am here. We're not going to waste any more of your time. Let's jump right on into the showcase because I think it's pretty awesome. Here we go, starting off with Lionheart Dioramas. This is a 1/12 scale battle scene dio, and I'm knocking stuff down already. So while I was gone, I didn't miss any episodes necessarily. I pre-recorded a couple of episodes so that you guys could still have the show. We're going to keep doing the Saturday only episodes for a little while until I get all caught up, and then hopefully we can bring back the weekday episodes a little bit. But I want to get back to this diorama because it is absolutely stunning. This is an amazing looking piece. I wish there was more pictures. I did go through their Instagram to see if I could find more. There were some work in progress pics. This is just absolutely a gorgeous looking piece. It's basically like an alley or a street dio, and it is destroyed, and the rubble and all of this just looks so incredible. It is so realistic looking. I don't know what this guy's name is. He's basically like the internet meme sensation of just all of our time right now. He's amazing. This action figure, this custom head sculpt is so cool. He's got some closer up pictures on his profile. Go check it out if you don't know who I'm talking about. I don't know the guy's name. He's the guy that basically people show life hacks, and he's like, was that so hard? And there goes my light again. Oh, battery must have died. That's what happens when you go on vacation. Anyway, we'll at least get through this diorama, and then I'll fix my light. This is just absolutely amazing. The detail work throughout here, the graffiti, I love the sculpt. There's so many different details and textures to these walls that I just really enjoy a lot. I love the little lights that you've got in here that adds so much to it. The signage on the street light, the light that actually works. This is like a dollar store light. I've had a couple of those. It works great with this. You just did a spectacular job on this piece, so you should be very proud of it. I hope we can see some more pictures of it because this just looks amazing. Okay, we'll see if this light plugged in stays on. It bugs me. It bugs me to no end. Anyway, next diorama coming from Leighton. What is this? Late Owlson Dioramas. I really shouldn't take that long to try and figure out how to read these, but I do, and such is life. This is, what is it, Q Branch, based on the set from Spectra, all scratch built from cardboard and foam and featuring the DB10 V8 Vantage and little Nelly Corgi 136 scale vehicles. Added some classic Bond gadgets such as the briefcase with medallions and the jetpack, certainly the largest diorama they have done. And I have to say, this piece looks so good. You did a great job on it. Architecturally, it looks so good. The sculpt with your bricks, the columns, the beams here, all of this looks awesome. The paint apps look so nice. Then you throw in the actual car, the little accessories. This is just looking so good. I'm just really impressed with it. I love the overhead light that really adds to it. I'm just, wow, look at all those accessories. That is so good. You did a great job. You got a little desk light, actually lights up. Ah, that is so cool. This is amazing. I love it. You did a great job, and I'm pretty sure this is the first time we have showcased any of your work. So welcome to the show. Let's see, did you use the hashtag or did I? Yep, you did. So awesome. If you are new to the show, that's what I'm really looking for, is those of you that are using the This Week in Dioramas hashtag. Makes it easier for me to be able to find your work and showcase it. I think I already said that at the beginning, but you can never say it too much, or you probably can, because then you guys get annoyed with me. But this is just a very well done piece. There's so many cool little details. Great job on it. Paint, everything looks superb. Next, coming from Dioramas FF, we have showcased some of their work in the past, and this piece is absolutely amazing. It is so epic. So this is a video of the spaceship wreck they finished recently, currently finishing another piece and have another in the pipeline. They've got a lot of work that they've posted up recently, and it's hard to pick and choose. Which am I going to showcase? Which am I going to hold back? This is just amazing. I had to showcase this piece. There's so much detail with the little forest here that you've got, the space shuttle that is crashed in, and then the little highway that's just the overpass over the river. All of this just comes together and looks so realistic. Look at that sign. I mean, this is just absolutely a stunning looking piece. You've done an amazing job on it. I'm blown away. Look at all of that. That is so freaking cool. No improvements from my standpoint. This is just absolute perfection. All right, next, coming from Rusonellis, I think that's what we'll go with. It's a 1/24th scale dio. It's in progress, but heck, I would count that as done. This looks freaking amazing. The structure of this, the brick looks awesome. The doors, all of that, it just looks so clean. And then the weathering on here, it gives it that realism feel. It's just such quality. I was gonna say it's such quality. Yeah, I can't even talk. I'm really impressed with this. I love this little patio stoop like tile that you've got on the top that looks so nice. It just, wow, this is really good. The foliage adds to so much of the realism of this piece. But I go back to the paintwork on these bricks. That is just superb looking. I think I've used the word superb a lot. It's because you guys deserve it. It's wow, this is amazing. Great job. Our next one is coming from Outlander Customs, an Egyptian diorama. PM them or DM them in Instagram world if you are interested. This is very nice. I love the color tone. It's got a very rich tone to the kind of goldish look of the stone, and there's some very nice variation in the paint apps. You don't just have a single color, and it really works. It looks great. You've got some nice excuse me, some nice ruin-like painting up on the front here, which is great. I love the tile right up here. That looks so good. There's a nice little design. We got some cracks and some more character in there. Just looking really good. I love this overhead shot. That looks great with the design in the floor. Dang, that is awesome. You did a great job on this piece. I hope that you are able to sell it very soon. Next, coming from Diorama 1.18, another friend of the show. Let's see, I'm gonna guess project finished, something dio, something 21 something, most I don't know any of what it's saying. But this is a really cool piece. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 stories, and there's detail galore throughout this. This is kind of like a I don't know, it kind of has a spaceship vibe to it with the doors. I'm really digging on this. The paint apps are so good. You've got some really nice weathering throughout, some rust apps that are going through here. This big tank has some really nice paint apps on it. All of the angles, all of the architecture are so cleanly done. You've got some nice like scaffold joists that are holding up the floors. This is just a spectacular looking piece. So many cool things could be displayed in here. So I'm not sure what scale this is. Usually works in 1/18th scale. So you're not going to put like NECA, Predator, or Aliens in here. Maybe heck, you could throw Star Wars in there. That would look awesome. What else? I mean, there's so many things that you could put in here. It's just so good looking. Great job. Let's go through some of these pictures. Look at the paint apps here. That is awesome, and so much detail with the different panels. There's different lines all throughout. Look at there's little like bullet holes there. This is great. I love the staircases, especially with the yellow handrails. That looks great. Wow, awesome job. Okay, next up, coming from Ancient Island out of Downers Grove, Illinois. I feel like I could stare at this layout like you would stare at a fire. I'm so thrilled with how this build is shaping up. The native village against the backdrop of Skull Falls makes me wish I could shrink myself and explore. This is super cool. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of detail all throughout. I'm not entirely sure what size this is, the scale. These little figures look to be pretty darn small, so it is definitely smaller than 1/18th scale, maybe 1/32nd scale. This is very tiny. It's like a little native village somewhere, probably in some tropical area. And look at, we've got mountains in the background. There's a little airplane that has crashed. I think based on what you're saying, you may have two different dioramas together. Oh no, this is train set. So whatever train scale this is super cool. We need more pictures. I need more pictures. I'm gonna have to go check out your profile because there's just so much cool detail. I mean, look at this little like totem pole here. You can see there's just a ton of detail sculpted into that. Did you make that yourself? Did you cast it from something? I would love to know, but this is just so cool. If I had the space, I would totally be that dude that has an entire basement filled with a train set, and I would be that guy. So I'm jealous of all of you that have that or something close to it. Next, coming from High School Creations, this is, let's see, so close with this one. Some final window details, weathering, and street stuff is all that remains. This is super cool. So we got a McDonald's here, very clean walls. There's a bunch of different stuff going on here. Work in progress, it sounds like, but it is getting so close. Look at that. This building, all of these just look awesome. And there, it's put together all in one big, tall kind of, what do you call it? It's like a bodega kind of style building where you've got the street level shop and then probably some apartments or something just up above it. This is spectacular looking. Needs some windows, needs a few more finishing touches, but the paint apps on this are so good. Already digging it. The cleanliness of the arches. Dang, you're really doing a great job. I should go look to see because you might be done by now. I should have gone and checked. There's never enough time. Anyway, I hope to see what it looks like when it's finished. Next, coming from Random Diorama. This one I happened to find. I didn't find it on TikTok. The video that they did is super cool. It has that Ms. Marvel filming feel a little bit, where as you're moving along, they've got different little. If you haven't seen the show yet, they have an interesting filming style where they add little parts of the show, the interaction onto the buildings, be it in the neon signs or the crosswalks, whatever. that gives me that kind of feel. I like this presentation, but I really like the diorama. It looks so cool. We've got a couple of buildings. We got a staircase in between. Looks awesome. Let's see. I thought this effect was pretty cool from the old TikTok. Yeah, TikTok. Really cool. I don't think that they're really aware of the show, so welcome to the show. I hope we can see some more from you because this building or set of buildings looks awesome. And I'm sure if we went through your profile, we'd probably see some other really cool stuff too. So let's move on to our next one. This one is coming from Celebrimbor Forge. And I got burned last time on a diorama that was actually made by Weta Workshop and is like some commercially produced piece that's like $1,400 or whatever, but I showcased it. I'm like, this, I had to make sure that I read this, translated it into English to make sure I knew what I was reading. And based on what I read, all of this is hand sculpted except for the little figure. And this is pretty amazing looking. I love the dragon smog, just looks amazing in here. The gold, all of that, the gems, it looks so good. It's such a great looking piece. You did a great job with the paint, the sculpt, all of it is looking so incredible. See, once you go through some of the pictures, you start seeing some of the work in progress on it. And the paint apps are so good. I really dig this piece. You did an amazing job. This is a full-on, full sculpt piece, and you nailed it at every turn. So great job on this piece. I'm glad that I found it because, yeah, I'm a sucker for Lord of the Rings, especially the Hobbit stuff. So awesome job. This one is coming from Caesar Tarantino. Not sure if I pronounced that right. Let's see, 1/35th scale, brickwork, old corner materials, handmade brick, clay, plaster, MDF, 1mm watercolor pencils. It looks to be just a wall with a door, some windows, and it looks amazing. This looks so realistic. I love the way that this brickwork looks. They have such separation, and it just looks so good. And then we come into the door and just look at the paint apps on the door. That looks like an old door. It's just been around for ages, and it looks amazing. The windows have some nice weathering on them so that, you know, you can't really see through them anymore. You throw some light behind it, it's going to have a nice glow to it. This is just a spectacular looking piece. Hopefully we can see an entire building. Maybe if I went through your profile, I would see it, but this is just a great looking little wall, and I had to showcase it. Next up, coming from Duffman Dioramas out of Independence, Kentucky. This is a 1/12th scale Freddy Krueger house made from project foam, balsa, basswood, remote controlled lights, etc., etc. This is really cool. I always like it when you guys recreate pieces from movies or whatever that you love, and I love seeing different takes on the same pieces. We've seen several different versions of this house, and everybody does it just a little bit differently, and that is what I love so much about this sort of thing. The roof, the shingles look so good. There's some really cool weathering on here that I am really digging on. I'm hoping that there's another picture that shows a little more of these shingles. Your siding looks awesome. It's got some very nice paint apps to give it that weathered look, kind of a whitewash feel. Some nice vines coming down on the columns here, and then we look at the little patio stoop thing, and that really looks good. You did a great job with the paint and the sculpting of that. It really turned out very nice. We got some boards holding up the windows, and it is just looking cool. Here's a work in progress. Always love seeing the works in progress on these different pieces to see how you might have done that. Look at that. There is the shingles. Really looks nice on this piece. I think you did a great job. Can't wait to see some more from you. Okay, next, coming from DesDio817, this piece is sold. Sorry folks, you are not going to be able to get this, but somebody got it, and it is pretty cool. So it's a street building scene, fence, 1/12 scale, 24 centimeters, 24, 26. This is a nice little piece, something that you can easily use for different pictures. Because you have multiple walls, you can change it up, get different angles and different looks, even with one particular diorama. And I really appreciate that. And I'm sure the buyer of this also appreciates it. The bricks look great. There's a definitely, I can't say it. The paint apps on it are very different than what I am used to seeing with a standard dry brush. It almost has a cartoon feel to it. It looks like you almost painted on the brick, or is this like something that's stuck on? It doesn't look like a typical brick. I'm not really sure. Okay, so this is made out of wood. Their work has been done on wood multiple times before. I'm interested. Is this like a vinyl print or something? That's cool. It looks great. I'm sure your customer is very happy with it, but it's very unique and different. Okay, next, coming from Chico's Creative Hands, this piece looks awesome. I love this tree. It's got so much character and texture to it. We've got what looks to be some snow possibly on here. The vines, all of this is just looking really cool. There's a lot of things that you can do with this piece. There's so many great details. Just look at that, little flowers here. Those look so good. The foliage that's coming out. There's so many different textures on this piece that are just bringing this thing to life. It looks so good. Love the way that this looks with the bark. Dang, this looks awesome. You did a great job. A couple of works in progress to be able to see the status or the life of this coming out of it. That is awesome. You can see, like, they wrapped it in, looks like masking tape or something. That is awesome. And then maybe you use the toilet paper or tissue paper or some sort of technique to really finish that out and get it to have that cohesive look. This just looks awesome. You did a great job on it. And then last but not least, coming from Masayuki Haga. Probably didn't say that right. It's a 1/12 scale dollhouse, and that's about all I know. It's not in English, so I'm not sure all of what we're talking about here, but looks to be a laundromat, and the little laundry dryers or washing machines, those look very realistic. I'm wondering if those are handmade, or are they kits? Are they actual dollhouse pieces that you can buy? If they are, that'd be kind of cool to go buy those. This looks amazing. This does not look like something that you could just buy out of a store, so I'm pretty confident this is handmade. There's just so much detail going on here. We've got a little AC unit here, the little awning covers. All of it looks so good. It looks so authentic. We've got a little bench here. That also looks so good. There's just so much detail. Look at the little bricks. They're kind of like tile bricks. Looks so awesome. Look at the texture on the walls. That is so good. Nice little trash bin and then a bag of trash next to it. Wow, the details. Look at this. We got an umbrella in an umbrella stand. That thing's been outside for a while, starting to tarnish and what have you. This is just spectacular looking. You did a great job. Everybody did a great job on their pieces this week. Don't forget, use the hashtag #ThisWeekInDioramas every time you're going to post up a finished diorama project to Instagram. Gives you the best chance for me to be able to find your diorama and possibly showcase it. Also, make sure you go to Instagram and follow the hashtag #ThisWeekInDioramas. That way then you can see all of the projects. We're coming up on 20,000 posts that have used the hashtag, which is absolutely amazing in the last 3 or 4 years that I've been doing the show. To have 20,000 different posts using that means that it is a great way for people to be able to showcase your work and have other people find it, not just for the show, but just in general to be able to showcase your work. So keep doing it, keep putting out amazing work week in and week out, and I'll keep doing the show. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, all that jazz, and I will hopefully see you next week.